So it is September 21st of 2025, and my dad would have been turning 81 years old today, but he's not. In honor of what would have been his 81st birthday, I decided to grab a few pieces from the eulogy or his eulogy that I read at his funeral, just to highlight his character and who he was as a person. So my dad was Dixon William Lewis, and he was born on September 21st of 1944, and he was born in Milo, Haiti. And I'm gonna try not to cry in this, okay? Number one, my dad was very resilient. He was a man that had a vision, and he knew what he wanted for his family, and he did not stop until that goal was accomplished. In the early 1980s, my dad traveled from Haiti to the Turks and Caicos, and he stayed there for 2 years before he went back to Haiti. And he went back to Haiti because Turks did not look like what he envisioned for his family. After about 5 years, he traveled to the Bahamas, and he stayed there for 5 years. And again, the Bahamas did not look like what he envisioned for his family. So he went back to Haiti. And then finally in 1992, he made his last journey to the United States. And this is where he settled and brought his whole family. And that just speaks volume of who my dad was, because he could have quit after the first journey to the Turks and Caicos. After he migrated over there, he could have quit. He could have said, you know what, we're just gonna stay in Haiti because I went to Bahamas and it didn't work out. But he continued and he persisted until he made his way to the United States. And so this just speaks volume of my dad's resiliency. When someone says, I will cross the ocean for you, my dad literally did that for us. He crossed the ocean to get us here. So when I reflect on my dad's journey and all that he has accomplished, or all that he accomplished, I realized that his life was not measured by his education nor his occupation, but it is defined by his God. My dad had physical strength. Again, he would have been turning 81, but he did not look a day over his age. Above the physical strength, he had spiritual strength. And everything that my dad went through, every trial that he faced, even till his last day, his immediate response to everything was always, "Kote bibam ba me priye." In translation, where's my Bible? Let me go pray. My dad was a man of faith, and I saw that modeled, I saw that exampled first in my home. And that's a privilege to be able to say that I had a praying dad. I had a dad that interceded. I had a dad that was led by God, a dad that was obedient at all times to God. I don't know if this is number 3, but next. My dad was also a man of integrity. So when I became pregnant at 21, my dad took it upon himself to go to the pastor of his church, and he told him that my daughter is pregnant out of wedlock and I need to sit down. And the pastor of the church told him that that wasn't necessary. Like, she has her life, you have her life, you don't have to sit down. But my dad felt like because his home was not in order, he should not be serving. And so he took it upon himself to sanction himself. And so for 6 months, he stopped taking communion. For 6 months, he stopped serving, and he sat down. And that just speaks of my dad's faithfulness to God, and that he wasn't just serving the church because it's the thing to do as a Christian, but who he was publicly is who he was privately. He lived a life where he desired to please God, and he knew that it wasn't right for him to continue to serve if his home was not in order. My dad was a present grandfather. At the time, he had 15 grandchildren. By the grace of God, he has 16 now. My dad's memory was so sharp, we just could not understand it. With all those grandkids, he knew all of their birthday. He remembered all of their birthday. And no birthday would pass without him either calling them, sending them a cake, or sending them some type of money. He never forgot any of his grandkids' birthday. And he was just present. He was a present dad, a present granddad. I ended my eulogy by saying that a man who walked so upright with God and had so much integrity and so much love and dedication for God could never be claimed by cancer. Although he was diagnosed with cancer, cancer is not the thing that claimed his life. Instead, the one that owned his life is the one that called him home. And as much as our hearts are aching and we miss him, we miss his presence, we miss his jokes, his laugh, I know that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. He's no longer in pain. He no longer has sorrow, but he has joy. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy that he gets to meet his maker. I'm so happy that he gets to finally rest because he worked so hard. I see it as he's resting. He's getting the rest that he deserved. He has received the gift that he worked so hard for. And so I am so honored and privileged to be able to say that I had a father like this, and I'll miss him so much. Here we go now. Okay.
Meu bang si pus la ba konen. Matia nou ak wam vini comme si on moun kapay dans flaneur, mba mette possible. E ba de mwen lui mettez possible, il dit m'a mettez pas le bâtiment, allez comme ça. En bio bang si pus la. Chrétien dit non merci. Et ça sorti en boumba non dans l'église là. L'aime bi la que famille nan même, faut nous bam yon bon net pour famille. Soit boumba. Mais dit merci. Mesdemoiselles Someway là, quand il y a un gars de demoiselles, comme l'air il fait 92 pendant une petite maman Tinous. Il fait 15, moi monté c'est 25. Dans 25 là, monté 25 juin 92. Pendant moi entré, grâce à Dieu, bon Dieu, bon force pouvoir, je monte madame ça. Quand il est entré, et puis bon, nous avons demandé là 3 ans. À 3 ans, il grandit. Même il va même pas l'école là, mais pas qu'on a Haïti. Mais grâce à Dieu, mais qu'on y avait, il y a 3 petits, mais madame, mes maris, belle bagaille. Quand il y a madame ça, nous avons 50 ans mariage. 50 ans mariage là, je ne connais pas si lui, pendant les mariages, qu'on y a 1 an, 2 ans. 3 ans?
Non.
Oh, 6 ans. Oh, on va courir loin pour trouver. Mais ma courir pour nous, je ne connais pas. Chaque jour, je me dis comme ça. Je ne sais pas combien de jours je suis là, je vois. Je ne sais pas si je vais encore, si je ne vais pas. Si je ne vais pas encore mourir, je vais espoir pour travailler, chanter pendant 2 ans. Je vais espoir nous. Mais, pour les bonnes de pour moi, qui va donner ça pour nous, réaliser 3 jours. Quand il y a 15 000 habitants, il y a 6 plus 15 000 habitants, la contrôle combien de temps. Il y a pour l'entièrement. Merci.
When God made you my father, He knew who I'd need. When He picked you from the others, He could